myself, Tammy C., the owner of Dreams Are Reality. My channel is all about providing light and love. On this channel, you will find topics about self-motivation, raising your self-esteem. This channel is all about encouraging others, pushing you to live your dream, pushing you to know your worth, and go for things you know that you deserve and desire. Getting rid of that fear. So if that's what you want to know about or learn about, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, so today, this is an important topic because it's about your thoughts. And today I'm going to dive into 6 self-destructive thought patterns. So when you have destructive thoughts, they are blocking the flow of positivity. And we are what we think. We don't get what we want, we get what we think on. And if you notice, if you think about debts and bills, you're drawing that in. If you think about failures and not, having a relationship, you become more and more alone and lonely. So concentrate on what you're thinking about. Hopefully these 6 things I'm going to mention will, grab your attention and make you more aware of how to not think. First things first. The first thing that many people, they have is shame. And shame is kind of sneaky because we don't even realize we're ashamed or we are feeling shame, but this involves guilt. Maybe you messed up financially and it's a setback and you beat yourself up and you ruin your credit. That will make you feel ashamed. Maybe you've lost your job, and I know for men, that's really important. They're a provider. It's their income. They're the head of the house. And when they don't have a job, the shame kicks in like they failed the family. And it's just one of the worst emotions and one of the worst positive thought blockers out there, because you can get stuck in a rut and stuck in this shameful place that you can stay there. And with that shame, it comes self-pity. And you can't get anything done when you're feeling sorry for yourself. Look, sometimes when I talk, it may sound firm, it may sound cold. I am neither. I am a firm person, that I will admit, but I'm not a cold person. But what I am is a realist, and life has taught me so much. Going through my divorce and having breast cancer, I learned that sometimes this is a doggy world. And even when I was sick with cancer, I'm bald, I'm in chemo, I'm in radiation, I had surgery. Hey, my landlord didn't give me a pass and say, well, Tammy, I'm sorry, but she did say, she was very sympathetic, but I still had to pay my rent. Even as I went through my divorce, bills still had to get paid. Life goes on. So the reason why I do these videos is sometimes I'm pushing and pushing because the world can be harsh on you. And even when bad things happen, you still have to stand tall. You may stand with tears in your eyes. You may feel bad, but please do not get caught up in shame. When you have had a setback, know that you're on your way to a set up. And know that that setback is a lesson. There is always a lesson in our pain. So if you make a financial misstep, or you're going through a divorce, or something is just not going your way, what is the lesson in this? How can I become greater later from this lesson? Don't be buried in shame, because shame is really paralyzing, and it really can cause you to go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole, and you can become severely depressed. So write it out, whatever it is that you feel bad about and your regrets, which sometimes it is not good to have regrets. I just don't want you to beat yourself up with shame. And that's a big one that blocks the positive thoughts from flowing. What is the lesson in this pain? Get rid of the shame. Number 2, fear. We're fearful of so many things. You have so many people that have not traveled outside of the Chicagoland area or wherever they live because they're scared to fly. And yeah, I can be a little scared when it comes to flying, only because I'm a control freak. And after the breast cancer and all the chemo and radiation, it messed with my psyche and it caused me to have more anxiety. I was always a nervous type person, but the anxiety has increased since having cancer back in 2007, and then I had it again 2012, 2013. So when you have a traumatic illness like that can take your life, it does a lot on the psyche because you're battling with life and death. And you're hoping and you're praying that you're going to make it out of it alive. Imagine what that does to the mind. But the fear is fear of flying. Why are you fearful? Sometimes we can get over our fear by breaking that thing down. This is what helped me. I'm scared of turbulence. Not real bad, but my anxiety is heightened, so I'm more sensitive to it. And one day I was traveling with me and my ex. We were going to Vegas. I think we were over the mountains. And oh my God, here comes the turbulence. And I'm looking at him. He's meditating and sleep. Everybody sleep but me. And I'm nervous. And so I woke him up and he was like, you need to meditate, which made me even madder. But what I did do when I got back to the hotel, well, when we arrived in Vegas, I looked up turbulence. And it was like, this is equivalent to a bump in the road when you're driving. The pilot is going to go higher or lower to avoid the turbulence. On our way back to Chicago, I was cool. So I'm one of those type. I have fear until I can solve what's going on. So what is your fear? Is it stage fright? Some people are scared to do a speech. Get in that mirror, rehearse, 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 rehearse. I saw some recently on a reality show where a young lady did a speech. And oh my God, she made the most fatal error. And this is what you learn as a singer. You never apologize. I would never get in front of an audience and say, "Ooh, I'm so sorry. Oh, excuse me. I'm so nervous. I'm sorry." The audience is going to be gone. I mean, they are not going to believe in your voice or your talents. Never apologize. So this lady from the reality show, she did a speech. She's not a speaker. And she just kept apologizing. I'm so nervous. Oh, I'm just so nervous. I'm so nervous. Don't do that. Don't do that. There it is again, that stage fright, that fear. I say this on my videos time and time again, no matter what you're doing. You can be presenting a business plan. You can be going on an interview. Whatever it is you're doing, you can be doing a YouTube video. Practice, practice, practice. There's no need to be nervous when you know your stuff. And this is it with fear. Whatever your fear is, you got to face it. You got to hit it. And once you address your fear, you will see it's smaller than you really believe. But fear can stop you from living the best life. Fear can stop you from, buying a home because you're scared it's going to get repossessed. You're scared to date because he may not like you. You're scared to put out a record because they may say you can't sing. You're scared to eat because you don't want to get fat. This sounds like Jasmine Sullivan's song, Fear. But what she says in this song is true. Don't get trapped by fear. It's another one of those paralyzing thoughts that will block any good from coming to you. You are stronger, better, wiser, bigger, greater than you think. Tip number 3 is not a tip. I'm so used to saying tip. Self-destruction pattern. Number 3, insecurity, one of the ugliest ones. So insecure people, they behave in this type of manner. Insecure people may be in a relationship and their husband or their girlfriend, their wife, whatever, loves them to smithereens. I mean, just love them to Reese Pieces. They can't see the forest for the trees. They're so insecure that they always think that their mate is looking at somebody else, or if he or she took an extra hour to get home, they had to be doing something bad. That is, it's a bad trait, and it can really ruin a marriage, and it can truly ruin a relationship. Nobody likes it. It's annoying, especially be the person that's on the receiving end. You were at work, you got caught in rush hour traffic, it was a bad accident. I know in the Chicago area, if it's a bad accident on 290, the damn Ryan, these are our highways, my Chicagoans know. You're done. And don't let it be wintertime. It's over, okay? You're going to get home very late, or it's going to take you a while. And I'm sure it's like that. I know it's like that in Atlanta. I've experienced that traffic. In other cities, we all have traffic. So don't be insecure and browbeat your husband or browbeat your wife. That crap sucks. And I'm a lady, and I know how men feel when ladies nag them. I'm a lady. I cannot stand an insecure person. Just, where were you at now? It's like an interrogation. No, stop. It's an ugly, ugly, nasty trait. You can be insecure over another lady. This is common. Oh, I may not look like Halle Berry. I don't look like Beyonce. Hey, 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 hey! It's only one Halle Berry. It's only one Beyonce. One thing I always tell people, you can be a size 2, you can be a size 22. Embrace and embody who you are. Walk in the room and kick that door in and love who you are. And if you don't love who you are, improve yourself. Do something to make yourself feel good. If you don't love yourself, no one else will. So insecurity is a nasty, nasty emotion. It goes to me. It goes to with jealousy to me, and both of those are just the kiss of death. Please, please, please don't block your blessings by being insecure. Self-destructive pattern number 4 will be compulsions. Basically, bad habits, okay? Where you just keep doing the same thing over and over, gambling. You know you don't need to be spending your rent money. You go to that casino. You know you don't need to smoke that cigarette. You go buy another pack. You know you had too much to drink, and you just come in each day. It's only beer. You're drinking 3 beers a night. Oh, it's increased to 6. It's just beer. But don't you know that you're becoming an alcoholic? And I always tell people, nobody sets out to be a drug user or alcoholic. A lot of it is innocent. It's just habit forming. Coming in, sitting on the couch. It's so easy to form a bad habit. It's not as easy to break it. So be cognizant of what you're doing, of these impulses to gamble, to drink, and God forbid doing drugs, hardcore popping pills every time you get nervous. I mean, this is just bad. If you have some of these habits that you feel like you can't stop, and that's the thing, when someone has an addiction, they cannot stop. Solicit help. We are all out here to help you. I'm one of them. Go to www.psychology today. All kinds of therapists and counselors to help you with your addictions during this COVID time. People have been giving out free mental health services. Any addiction you have, you can just type it in. Alcoholic Anonymous. It's online, AA groups. I mean, the help is is busting through the seams. There's no reason why you should suffer in silence if you have an addiction. So seek help and do not be ashamed. We are all here for you. Okay, self-destructive thought pattern number 5. It's these uncontrollable thoughts just going around in your head like a freaking merry-go-round. And this is where meditation is paramount. Think about the stuff you think about. And do you ever think about, why did I just think that? I had a friend, we lost touch, but she was a real sweet lady. And she said one time she was on a balcony, maybe like a second, third floor balcony, just looking out. And she said it was like the devil jumped in her head and said, "You stupid, you should jump." You see how, now what? Who was that? But this is the kind of stuff that pops in our head. And maybe not that severe, but negative thoughts. You're not going to get that job. You're not smart enough. That guy wouldn't be interested in you. Why would he like me? I'm probably not going to get that apartment. I got that bad mark on my credit. Oh my God, I would buy a house, but I got so much stuff on my credit. I'm never going to get a house. I'm never going to start my own business. I wish I had what they had. I mean, these crazy thoughts just roaming around in your head. What I tell my clients, sometimes I tell myself, is there any truth to that? Why am I thinking like that? Where's the truth to that? You will get the job. You are good enough for that lady or that man. You will get the house, even if it's delayed. Maybe you apply for the house, the mortgage now, and they're like, well, Kimberly, you can get this house, but you need to clean up this old debt. You need to pay off your car. You might be right there, like 9 months for paying off your car. These are feasible things. Try first. I always say try. I like to try. Even if it's a knockdown, even if it's a no. Tammy C, she knows what she needs to do to get to the other side. So it's always good to know. It's beautiful to apply for a loan now for a house. Then in 2022, you know where you'll be. So don't let uncontrollable thoughts dampen your positive thoughts, okay? That's a big one. Last but not least, bitterness. Woo, that's a big one. Have you ever met a lady beautiful, I mean, just gorgeous, maybe 60, and her husband cheated on her, and they got a divorce 30 years ago. She never dated again. She been divorced 20 years and, oh, I'm just through with men. Forget them. Man, that's bitterness. You don't want to be stuck in a rut. Bitter. Life goes on. You have to get out of it. You know how some people just look so miserable, like they just been sucking on a dill pickle all day. No, not a dill pickle, sour pickle all day. You're like, whoo, they're bitter. And you say something positive, well, who cares anyway? Well, these men, they not about nothing. Well, it's like just run from those type of people. Please don't be bitter. All of us have had our hearts broken. We've all been disappointed. Hey, I could be one of the most disappointed people you ever meet. All the stuff that has happened to me, miscarriage. I was in an abusive marriage. Both of my parents passed away. I was only 29 when dad passed. I was like 41 or 40 when my mom passed, 41. And I've had breakups. I mean, love of my life. We was in a beautiful relationship. We broke up last year. And, I just disappointment after disappointment. I just have to be honest with you all. But I know how to dust myself off, as Aaliyah said, and try again. And every time I rise to the occasion, it's like something most beautiful is waiting for me on the other side. So don't be bitter. I believe things like that happen to me so I can do these YouTube videos. I'm a breast cancer survivor 2 times, and I volunteer for for American Cancer Society. And think disappointment happens to be a blessing to someone else. If I didn't have any testimonies, I couldn't tell you the story. So these things happen. I really want to say if I didn't have any trials, I couldn't have a testimony. These things happen to get me to where I need to be, and this is so I can be a blessing to you. So whatever happened to you that wasn't favorable, try not to be bitter in it and try to move forward if you can. And always solicit support and help. Again, we are here for you, therapists, social workers, psychologists, and psychiatrists. We all are here for you. Let's do a recap. Do not have shame. Number 2, fear. Number 3, insecurity. Number 4, compulsions. Number 5, uncontrolled thoughts. And number 6 is bitterness, okay? So I hope this video helped you. I did get the microphone so you can hear me better. I noticed I sound so low. I would get so irritated with myself. And drop me some comments about, have you had to deal with some of the shame and the fear and the bitterness? How did you overcome it? I always love comments. I feel like this helps inspire others. Hey, you all are amazing. You all keep me going. I have the most beautiful followers. I watch your videos too. And I quit every week in my head, but I jump back up and try again on YouTube. I love YouTube. It's not about subscribers and all that stuff. I just like to do this. It feels so good to do these videos. So I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Be safe too. Bye-bye.